What's going on, guys? It's the One Round Ryko, and today we are here with the Gundam Universe Gundam Exia figure that released with the, what was it, Wave 7? It's Wave 6. I already previously recorded, it was Heavy Arms, Freedom Gundam, and then Gundam Exia Trans Am. I already did those, so this is the last one in the wave. I just didn't get around to buying him. I just couldn't really find. I was waiting for him to show up in person because I figured, hey, I'd probably find him in store somewhere, and like Walmart, Target, whatever. I'd probably find him. And I'd just pick him up then. Yeah. So I still have not seen Wave 6 in stores at all. Like I previously mentioned in my Freedom and Heavy Arms Gundam reviews, those two I found at Vintage Stock, which funnily enough, I found him at Vintage Stock as well. He was completely sealed. Unlike the previous two that I found that were priced for used prices, this one was priced for a new price, so he was $24.99. I got lucky with Heavy Arms and Freedom Gundam. They were only $14.99, so I got them for a little bit of a discount. Him, I had to pay full price. Basically, same price if I would have bought them online at like Big Bad Toy Store or whatever. I almost did, but I was just like, he'll show up when he shows up. I figured it wouldn't take that long since they were rolling out otherwise. Like there was a commenter on my Freedom Gundam review that I did. He said, yeah, I just picked this one up in store. So like, I guess everywhere but me has them, but I had plenty of the Gundam the Exia Trans Am figures, still plenty of those sitting around. Probably because they're not as, I'll get into it a little bit more later, but I don't think Trans Am was really, like, promoted as much, because I'll get into that here in a second. But here's this box before we get into him. Let's see, of course, he's got his line mates, Freedom Gundam and Heavy Arms. Both really good. Like I said, I did reviews on both of them. They're on the channel a little bit back, so check them out. Let's read his little description, which I can almost guess is completely the same as the previous one. From Mobile Suit Gundam 00. One of the Gundams deployed in the armed interventions of the organization Celestial Being, codenamed Seven Swords, it lives up to its name with 7 sword weapons. Its main blade, the GN sword, is enhanced with GN particles so as to be particularly effective against Gundams with GN fields. It is piloted by the Gundam Master Setsuna F. Saisei? Saisei, I think? Is that 2 eyes? Yeah, Sai? Or Sai? Sai? I don't know. I speak English and not too good at that. So but here's the turn around the box. Nice art on the front. Well, I like that pose. I might put him in that pose. It's a nice pose. I didn't think that I could put hold his swords like that. I didn't think about that, but that's pretty cool. So let's set the box to the side. Look at the guy himself. Pretty nice. Pretty classic Gundam colors, of course. Gold or red, white, blue. Got some green, nice green in there for his chest center. That's like his power core. I forget. It's like nuclear or something. I didn't really watch O's or 00, so I'm not as familiar with it. I heard people don't like it that much either, so I guess I'm not missing much. But the suit itself is pretty good. I'll get my complaints with this right away. It's just that right there to prove my point. These things pop off super easily along with his little doohickeys on the back, his little fins. I guess there should also be swords as well. Maybe that's the joke, because he's 7 swords. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Haha. They pop off super easy. Like, you got to be careful. Like, make sure you don't lose them, because they will just fall off if you're not careful. That's my biggest complaint when it comes to this guy. At least with these ones, you could probably glue them down and be done with it, but I wouldn't want to glue these down because they're kind of meant to rotate around. I'd rather keep that, but yeah, I still might see, like, I just touched it and it fell off. I wouldn't be against gluing those down just so they're not doing that. It is kind of annoying, but that's my only real complaint with the figure. Otherwise, I'm gonna curve his sword back so he can kind of move around. Got the traditional articulation. It's kind of hindered by his little cod piece here. Can't go forward too far, but you can go back up. Basically, almost get him in a full split, just not the front side. For the side splits, he can only go out about that much, so that's not too bad. Real nice ankle, even though I just popped it off, but you got real nice ankle movement. You can really wiggle around. No toe articulation. I don't think any of the Gundams really have toe articulation that I've noticed. It's nice. It'd be nice to have, but with this line, it's not too necessary. I'm not too upset about it. Nice arm movement. You got the bicep swivel as well. I believe he had double jointed elbows. Again, a little hindered by his just kind of bulkiness in places, but not too bad. He comes with 2 just closed-fisted hands in the box. He comes with 2 weapon-holding hands, one for right, one with left. This one, I think they're both technically trigger hands. This one definitely is. I think the other one, I didn't take it out of the box. It was just the one hand. I think that one is just a traditional one. Oh, I can just check it over here. Yeah, it's just a regular item holding. I don't know why all the right hands are always trigger hands, because like in this case he doesn't have a gun, even though technically yes it is a gun, but it's not. It is, but it's not, you know. Like, I mean, I'd rather pose it like this as the big sword. And then this does, the shield comes off as well. Can't really do much with it. There's not really a place to put it if you take it off, but if you want to, you can't. Again, showing my biggest complaint. Actually, I like the suit. I like the suit a lot, but they just pops off way too easily, and it's a little annoying. See, and because he's so angular and they stick out so far, it really is kind of like, bruh, can you don't? But yeah, so he can have dual weapon holding hands. Like that's how I pose my Trans Am with the big sword and his one of his side swords. But overall, you can look pretty nice around. You can get a full range of motion and spin his head all the way around if you want, but be careful. These things can catch on the head pretty easily, and I feel like if you're a little too rough, they'd easily just snap because they're just little plastic. Like, I'm sure if you, they're firm, but I wouldn't test it. And his shoulder pads can pop off pretty easily too. Like when I just took it out of the box, his left shoulder pad just popped off. So nothing real easily broken, but the parts do kind of fall off. That's my one issue with him. He feels kind of fiddly only because his parts just keep falling off. I can't keep him to... I think that was the biggest issue I had with my Gundam Exia Trans Am review, because the parts just keep falling off in the middle of the video. I got a pretty decent ab crunch for one of these guys. Like, pretty decent. Can't go back too far, but it's pretty... And you can have a little bit of wiggle there, so you can, there's a little bit more in there than I thought. But again, mostly with these suits, you kind of lose that kind of articulation because of how bulky they usually are. Usually they're not going to really need that ab crunch as much, so it won't be like an SH figure art. So like when the Power Ranger figures that can really turn in on themselves, these ones usually can't. Again, that's if you don't like little fiddly parts, then you probably don't like this one. But I still like it. It's a nice design. Of course, I wanted to complete the wave 2, because as of right now, barring the new wave 7 that's coming out, I have all of them. So wave 7, and then I'm missing... I can just do this right here. This is what I was talking about earlier. We got wave 1. All of wave 1's complete. We got wave 2 all complete. Funnily enough, I grabbed a lot of these before I even started collecting, like fully collecting the line. I'm just like, oh man, I love Gundam. It's been a while since I've been into it, so I just started snagging a few. Like, I grabbed Unicorn or Banshee and Death Cycle. They just looked sick. Strike Gundam I picked up 2. God Gundam, I think God Gundam was one of, if not the first one I picked up. It was between, I think it was him, and then I picked up these 2. And then wave 5 was still easy, because I can still pick up like 8 more sets of this wave in store. I don't know why. Tall Geese I had to get separately, but I found Tall Geese and Easy 8 in a different Walmart, thanks to my friend. Shout out to Ant-Man 816. He found those for me. And then Barbados I had to order all these guys. I think I got one of these from somebody. I got Barbados off like Mercari. But here's wave 6, and what I mean by like how they in these things they provided Strike Rogue or Strike Rouge, whatever. I think it's Strike Rogue, but no, that's Rouge. That's Rouge. They promoted it here. If you didn't know that the pink one of Exia was coming out, I don't know how you would. Like, other than the fact that I just happened to know about it, is the only way I would know. Otherwise, if I didn't go to Target, I would never have known. And I think it's because they did a full wave of 3 and then had him extra instead of adding the spare one in there, which makes sense, I guess. Like, have the main wave and then the extra one, so you don't have to split the wave between multiple stores. You can have the wave anywhere, but only the one in there instead of having two anywhere and then one only in one place. I guess it makes sense, but you know, whatever. But it's probably also why I can find so many of this guy still around, because I just don't think people know. And now I'm looking at, I think I'm... Okay, no, I'm not done. It was just... But yeah, here he is against his Trans Am form. Obviously very similar, it's really just a palette swap. I don't think there's any actual other differences other than that. I think the only thing is the weapon holding hand's a little looser in my pink guy here. Whereas this one, it seems more secure. Like, it's not as wiggly in there, I feel like. I feel like he can hold it more at an angle, and it doesn't just always flop around as much as my Trans Am. But, like I said, basically the same figure if you don't care about it being pink. Who cares? I'm gonna get Strike Rugi. That's what I'm just gonna call it, Rugi. I'm gonna get that one, but I think that one is literally just a palette swap because there's somebody in the show that has it. I want to forget her name, but here is his powered up form. It's a Trans Am form where it goes super fast and super strong, but only for a limited amount of time. So at least I like that a little bit more. That's actually something different for the form. It makes sense if you'd want to have both, other than this was just the same suit used by somebody else, so it's literally the same thing, a different color. This one's just a powered up state. I kind of like that. I like that a bit more. I can have some fun posing these. I'm probably gonna pose these two together, maybe clashing or being like, "Who are you?" But yeah, it's a solid figure. I like it a lot, and I'd say it's probably my third favorite of the wave. Strike Freedom has easily become basically one of my favorite Gundams overnight. I really like that. And Heavy Arms is Heavy Arms. I mean, come on. OG Wing, I can't not like it. But there's nothing necessarily wrong with Exia. I like Exia, I like his suit and everything. It's just that the fiddly parts probably is what dropped him more. If he didn't keep falling apart, he may have a fight against Heavy Arms there for number 2, but I'd solidly put him in 3. Not because he's bad, but just because the other two would I think, win out more. I do like this wave being the oversized weapon wave, kind of, because we have Heavy Arms with his big gun, big weapon, and then Freedom. You can kind of see Freedom up there, right there. You can see both his wave mates up there, just kind of vibing. But overall, solid figure. Yeah, if you can find it, pick it up. Especially if you like them, or you're like me and you want to collect the whole thing. I like having bits and pieces of every Gundam series, really, and this is a good way to do that without having to put together model kits. Say that 10 times fast, or spend the more money for these two guys back here, the Middle Robot Spirits, which I do anyway, but only for select few. They really have to catch my eye, like these two did. And I got Wing and Epion over here. I'm gonna get to hopefully soon. But yeah, overall solid figure. I'd pick it up if you want it. I like it. Good color scheme. Gonna look good on your shelf. Just know that he will have pieces popping off, and you may want to do something about that. I might actually do blue tack. Maybe I'll go around and do that, because that actually might work. But anyway, if you like what you see, leave a like down below and subscribe for more content like this. Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and figure reviews sprinkled in between, even though I've been doing them more than my card openings. But who cares? I've been the one, Rowland Ryko, and I'll see you guys next time.